Thank you for joining us on our latest YouTube video. My name is Tom Beaulieu, and this is my partner and father, Jim Beaulieu.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. As homeowners seek to maximize their living spaces and transform their basement into a functional and aesthetically pleasing area becomes a top priority. From creating additional living space for family members to generate rental income, the possibilities are endless. Okay, to get things going, Tom, can you tell us about Fort Sask Reno and in particular about the level of services that you offer for basement developments?
Yeah, for sure. I'd be happy to talk a little bit with you today about basement development. So not only do we do basement developments, but we also do basement renovations too. So we go anywhere from the most basic basements, just drop ceiling, no bathroom, just a big common area. We can take care of that for you. We're currently doing a project similar to this in our Drawson. It's just a single bathroom and a single common area, somewhere they can unwind and stay cool in the summer months when it's a little hot out there. So we've done basic basements like that, and then anywhere from the most extravagant basement suites with custom tile showers and you name it. The sky's the limit for what we can do in your basement. We can have secondary entrances and pretty much anything you want.
Awesome. That's yeah. There's lots of opportunity in basement development in terms of just enjoying your existing spaces, as well as, like you say, the rental income opportunities that are available.
Yeah, for sure. Rental income on the side is a big help in a lot of people when in mortgage rates, they are going up and up. And if you are looking to buy a house actually, and it comes with a basement suite, you're a lot more eligible to get the mortgage because the house pays for itself in some degree. So
for sure, in this day and age with the way pricing is on everything, inflation and whatnot, every little bit helps. So if you can take advantage of your basement suite, add value to your home and help pay your mortgage, why not do it?
Yeah, 100%. We're going to be getting a flip house ourselves this fall, and we're going to be renovating it, and you'll see it on the market before too long.
Okay, so tell me, Tom, what inspired you to focus on basement developments, and what are some of the key benefits that a homeowner can expect after the basement has been completed by Fort Sask Reno?
So I could speak to that. My own basement flooded, so I ended up completely renovating that, and we had done multiple basements up to that point, so I had a lot better leg up on most people when they try to contract their own basement out. But I went from an older basement to a nice new insulated basement, and it's been super beneficial for us just having a nice space with a new bathroom downstairs. It allows customers, and myself included, to consider updating your main floor bathroom when you have a nice basement bathroom. Often with these larger projects, we do recommend that customers move out of their house, but if you have a fully finished basement, at least you could move into the basement, and then the main floor could be renovated. So there's a lot of positives to having a finished basement.
How about financially? Like what does that do for you, getting a basement completed?
Financially, it can mean the world. With the current interest rates and mortgage rates are so high, it can really help pay for a big portion of your mortgage. And not only that, it can help you get the house that you desire, because you're a lot more likely to be approved for a home with a basement suite than a home without a basement suite. So it can help you not only buy the house you want, but it can help you pay for the house that you want as well.
Awesome.
So it's really beneficial that way. Another big area of enjoyment for having a basement suite is a lot of people, especially in the older homes, they don't have a lot of room to work with. Like myself, my house it's about 800 square feet, the main floor. So you really need a little bit of room downstairs to stretch out, and having that extra space just makes a huge difference. So you can have a spare room down there, somewhere for some guests to stay. And I know all winter long, we do our team meetings in my basement. So it really paid for itself to finish the basement and have a nice, enjoyable space that my family, the team, and everyone can enjoy.
100%, yeah. So tell me, Tom, how do you work with clients to design a perfect basement that meets their needs?
I could talk a little bit about that now. So we can go any which way. A lot of clients will come to us and they'll have a vision. They'll have some Pinterest ideas. They'll have a blueprint. They'll have a roadmap of what exactly they would like finished. And then on the other side, people will come to us and they'll want input on everything. They want input on a paint color, the flooring color, the layout. So we can work it either which way. We do have an architect on staff, so he can make 3D renderings for us, which are super nice. You can have envision exactly what your basement will look like, almost to a T. And we've had a lot of success with the 3D renderings. A lot of clients, as soon as they see the rendering, they're married to the rendering. Everything they want is exactly as per the rendering. So our renderings have done a lot for us. And on the flip side, if you have a roadmap of what you want done, then we can follow that roadmap too, just as well. But and then there's the in between as well. Some people come to us with just a rough idea, and we can help guide them too. We typically treat every customer's house like our own house.
Really true.
So most of the time I'll tell someone, if it was my house, this is what I would do, and they seem to appreciate that.
Yeah, that's what I always do as well. I just treat those properties as if they were my family's properties. My family was asking me a question, what would you do? Well, what are your goals? I will find out those things first. And what's most important to you about this basement? Is it a budget? Is it a timeline? You want to get some rental income off it? What's important to you? So whatever becomes important to you, that is what is important to us. And then you add in the 3D rendering, you can get a full understanding of what the final product will be, and takes a lot of the anxiety out for the clients and us as well. Everything is laid out and perfect roadmap to follow.
100%. Often customers will come to us and we'll ask the questions, well, how long do you feel you're going to be in this home for? And sometimes customers will say, oh, maybe just a few more years, but we're thinking about adding exterior insulation or interior insulation, or maybe a basement suite. So at that point we could say, well, if you're planning on selling, maybe it's not the time to do these large renovations. Insulation is a long game, so if you're going to plan on selling soon, it's not the move. So we try to guide our customers as if they're our friends. They do become our friends in the end anyways, and if not family. One of our customers actually was mentioning that last week, that he really feels that we're part of the family now. So
that's awesome. Yeah.
Just treat your customers like their family, and they will become your family eventually.
Yeah, easy formula for success.
Yeah.
So tell me, Tom, what are important things to consider if you've got a basement suite as a potential project?
So there's a lot of things to consider with a potential basement suite, one of which would be your local code. Some municipalities will not allow you to have a basement suite. There's pretty specific parking requirements. There's also a separate furnace requirements. I believe there's a drywall requirement for fire code. So you want to make sure and look into all the municipality policies to make sure that you will qualify for the basement legally development permit.
Okay.
So,
what about homes types? Is a basement suite can go in any kind of home, or are there any limitations that way?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider in regards to putting a basement suite within your home. The ideal candidate is like your bungalow with a separate entrance in the back that typically leads to a stairway. That's about your ideal candidate. The not so desirable properties are the ones where you have a back door, but it's directly leading to the main kitchen on the main floor. So logistically, it's pretty hard to get into the basement without disrupting the upstairs tenants.
Yeah.
Another no-no is the multi-split level homes. Make it pretty difficult to segregate the two different families that will be living there.
Yeah, true enough. Good points, Tom. Hey, Tom, can you tell me about some success stories you've had with developing people's basements? Anything in particular comes to mind? Any specific clients or projects that we've worked on that strike a chord with you?
Yeah, for sure. I know every basement we've finished has brought a lot of value and a lot of usable space to the customers' homes. But one basement in particular I can think of that we did recently they were adding a couple bedrooms down there and a washroom. They had a few kids that lived at home still, going to school, and you know how it is, having a few kids at home, getting older yourself. So it's nice to be able to split up a little bit and have a little room in their house. So
for sure.
The most recent one we did there was a a couple bedrooms we installed, a bathroom, and just give the customer a lot more usable space for their family to spread out and
take advantage of those areas.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, another hot button topic for basements would be what are some common pitfalls and mistakes that homeowners will make when they're planning a basement suite or maybe attempt it themselves or whatnot? Any issues that are common that way, Tom?
We see it all the time. Someone will try and accomplish the basement suite on their own, and at a certain point they realize that they bit off a little bit more than they can chew, and they might call us at that point. So we see everything from framing that might not be so plumb to people forgetting to mark out their pot light locations after they do their drywall, or there's a lot of code considerations you need to account for. Example, window wells need to be a 24-inch depth, and there's fire alarms need to be installed in every bedroom, hardwired in with the rest of the house. So there's a lot of the technical considerations that your average homeowner won't consider when trying to tackle a project like that themselves. So ideally, if you can afford it, then you should hire Fort Sask Reno to take care of your basement and make sure everything is code compliant and done well.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. People often get awarded jobs that they likely shouldn't have been awarded. They don't have the tools, the experience, and the know-how, the insurance to do it properly. So we see it all the time where the wrong contractor got into a site and probably started doing more damage than good. And there's a lot of prep work that goes into the basement suite, and once it's been done, it can't be undone. As far as like a vapor barrier, as soon as you put your drywall on, you can't ever edit that. That's done deal. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of the considerations that your average homeowner won't know. For example, spray foam rim joists. It's a really crucial area in your home. In the basement, you'll see where the rafters hit the exterior wall. It's a super hard spot to seal it properly. Ideally, some contractors will try and cut poly and acoustic caulk on every single ridge, and it's a lot of work. So we always spray foam that space, seal it up properly. It's the easiest, it's the fastest, and it's the best seal. So it's not a huge cost, but it'll pay for itself in the energy savings down the road. So little things like that people don't consider can cause big issues. We've seen an entire house rot out because of a bad poly job. The entire sheeting had to be replaced, and we ended up spray foaming it. So you don't want to try and invest $30,000, $40,000 of your own money into something that may have to be redone for as much as that or more.
Great. Yeah, very good points. And then another thing with that would be with some of the contractors, when the client goes with the lowest price bid, you get, you pay peanuts and you get monkeys, right? And so that's what happens is we come in and we've got to fix all this stuff, and people are trying to save a buck by going with the very lowest price. And it happens frequently. Not everybody's in that boat, and that's not the clientele we're focusing on, is the people looking for the basement bargain prices. But when those contractors have bid themselves so tightly, they tend to cut corners, and that could get you in trouble. You might get by, but then again, you might go to sell some years later, and all of a sudden, well, there were no permits pulled on this, or it's not to code, and you got to start all over again. So there's no sense in putting good money after bad type things. So
that's a very good point. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why we like to offer cost plus projects, because a lot of contractors get themselves in trouble when they underbid something, and then they get started, they have a big deposit, but at a certain point they realize that they're starting to go underwater, so they have to try and cut corners. So for us, we think it's the most upfront policy is to do cost plus pricing. We know all of our guys work hard. All of our customers can see it. I've never had a customer complain about someone dragging their ass. Everyone always puts in the hours, and it's full disclosure. We show you every receipt, every hour worked. Yeah. And when the unforeseen situation arises, the floor is a little bit out of level. At that point, we'll come to you, the homeowner, and we'll ask you, how would you like to proceed with this? Ideally, we could floor level it, make it perfect, or if that's not in your budget, we can try and make do with what's there. But we don't ever cut corners with cost plus
And
price.
we don't make the calls and those type of things. When it's an important decision like that, when we find an issue, we'll present a range of options and ask the homeowner how they want to proceed and move accordingly.
Yep. So cost plus pricing really allows us to do a high level of quality without sacrificing anything. Not only works well for us because it makes the estimation process much more streamlined, but then the customer's end product is very high level of quality and exactly what they want. And they get to have the input as they go on. They can kind of guide the bill, the final bill. They can be the deciding factor of where we end up. We can get the cheapest tile or we can get the most expensive. At the end of the day, it's up to you, the customer.
Yeah, good points, Tom. Basements are generally damp spaces on older homes in particular, and in areas where there's a high water table or eavesdropping, maybe not ideal. So what are some of the situations that you've seen where that's been an issue, and what are some ways to mitigate those issues, Tom?
So I've seen a wide range of wet basements, including my own, where I had about 3 inches standing water. What happened with my basement, it was the clay bowl effect, it's called, and basically the hydrostatic pressure of the water building underneath your slab pushes up and it comes through any cracks in your slab of your floor. So my home is a 1955, so there's a couple cracks, 1 or 2 I'll say, and all the water came right up through there, flooded the whole basement. So moving forward, I wanted to make sure that I don't end up in that same boat again. And I did a weeping tile system before I finished the basement. And it's a large amount of work, a large amount of money, but I just wanted to protect my investment. Being 1955 home, you don't get any of the modern features like a poly under your slab, which is plastics under your slab to stop some of that hydrostatic pressure. You also don't get a sump pump. In the 1950s, they didn't consider those things. But moving forward to 2024, all new homes have sump pumps and they all have poly by code. So if you have a newer home, you have a lot less dampness to worry about. But the older homes in the 1950s, you should probably consider at least a sump pump, depending on the terrain around your property, or if you have a lot of water issues, a lot of clay, you should really consider weeping tile before finishing your basement.
And of course, grading and eaves trough to keep that water away from your basement walls is important to maintain that as well, right?
100%.
Yeah.
You really want to make sure and direct the water away from your home the best you can.
Yeah.
If you have a downspout by a window per se, and it starts raining pretty hard, you can definitely get some seepage coming through the window jambs. There's a wide range of finishes we do inside around your window jambs. It's not like your typical 2x4 construction on the upstairs of your home where you have a slender window jamb. Typically in basements, you're looking at 12, 15, 16-inch jam. So you can do anything from the most basic drywall to a moisture-resistant drywall. We can install a PVC trim, which is getting pretty common. Just comes pre-finished, and no matter how much water comes on there, it'll never decay. And we can do an MDF that's moisture resistant. There's a wide range of different options we can do to make sure to protect your investment, make sure that the water will eventually get in there to some degree, but just to make sure that there's no damage caused by any water in your basement.
Awesome. Yeah, good points. Can you tell me about the value in enhanced living spaces that are created when you do a basement suite in particular?
Yeah, for sure. There's a new home in Fort Saskatchewan. It's selling for about $350, I believe it's selling for, and similar homes with basement suites are selling close to upwards of $400,000. So there's a lot of money to be made to offer a home with a basement suite. That's not even considering all the rental income that you will get. In Fort Saskatchewan, there's a less than 1% vacancy rate. So if you've got a basement suite, I don't think you're going to be hard pressed to find a renter for it. You're going to rent that out quick, and you can put that money towards your mortgage and have that mortgage paid off a lot sooner. So there's huge value there. A lot of value within having extra bedrooms and bathrooms for larger families. Make it a lot more comfortable living for them.
Aging parents and those type of things. A lot of people are sticking close to home, and family units are staying together. And so
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
a good reason to do the basement suite.
Yeah, basement suite for a mother-in-law is nice and close to home. We see garden suites built quite a bit nowadays, and anything like that.
It's a trend that's going to continue with the limited housing opportunities and increased population moving to Alberta. So it's something that we need to take advantage of and able to help our clients out with.
And another consideration is the Liberal government in their new budget approved $40,000 grants for basement suites. So we're expecting it to come about in the fall and reach out to us, and we can do a basement suite for you.
Awesome. If I was to sign with you today to get a basement suite developed, what would be your estimated starting time and finish time to get that project done based on your current jobs?
If we were to sign today, I would say an estimated start time would be in mid to early fall, and you'd have your basement finished before Christmas. There isn't that much into a basic basement, but keep in mind if you're going all out, you're going to have the suite, the kitchen, the separate entrance. That can take a little bit longer for sure, but within a few months, your basement can go from unfinished space or a dated 1950s panel board, the carpet walls, to nice, modern, beautiful space for you and your family to enjoy, or your renters.
Good timing. Yeah, not too bad right at the moment. So finally, if you were to advise one of your clients that had some questions about basements and development, whether it's a suite or just for their own personal use, what would be your primary advice to them? What's the most important things they should know before they get going on that kind of a project?
I would just let them know to spend as much time on before the construction started, thinking about the planning phases, because once the drywall's up on the ceiling, it makes it rather difficult. Not only should you consider your basement, but you should consider your upstairs and the exterior of your home. Often older homes, they need electrical upgrades, so it's a perfect opportunity before you finish the ceiling in your basement to run new power for the upstairs, new exterior plugs or add hose bibs.
Okay.
There's a lot of considerations in the rest of your house that you should keep in mind. There's a big debate between drywall and drop ceilings. Drywall ceilings look a little bit nicer, but then you really can't beat having a drop ceiling for the access if you do ever need it. So I would just say to plan it as best you can. Obviously, sometimes you're in a rush, you have a baby on the way or what have you, but that's what we're here for. We'll help guide you and show you the suppliers that you should go to, the products to steer away from, and with our architects, we can make you a nice design, functional, usable spaces.
Yeah, good points, Tom. And how about finally for then contractors, what type of vetting should a customer do to ensure you're getting a good contractor? What are the most important things that way?
Personally, I would just make sure that the customer has adequate insurance. Just God forbid there may or may not be a fire or anything like that, a flood. You want to make sure that your contractor has the proper insurance, that God forbid your house has some large issue with it, that it will be covered, because a lot of these Kijiji guys and stuff like that, they don't have any of that. So
like commercial liability insurance.
Commercial liability, we have up to $2 million for that. And then another big consideration would be WCB. A lot of people don't realize, but if you hire a contractor and they don't have WCB and they hurt themselves in your house, you are responsible for that.
Yeah, you could be, right?
There's a very big chance of liability if you hire the wrong contractor. So you want to make sure that not only they have the insurance that they should, the WCB, and then I would just make sure they have a good standing record in the community. If you hire someone who may be just a newer company, it's not for sure that they'll be there when there's a warranty arise, but Fort Sask Reno, we've been in business over 17 years and we'll continue to be in business for over another 17 years. So we're not perfect. There's once in a while we have a small warranty, and we always take care of our customers no matter how long it's been since the job's been finished. We offer lifetime warranty, and we'll always be there at the drop of a hat for you.
Yeah, very important for sure to have that warranty and that peace of mind that this company's been around for long enough. They're going to be in business into the future and can take care of any issues for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a family business too. We do care a little bit more than your average company. We got more at stake. Jim started the company, and him and myself, we work together. I have a new son. I foresee him taking it over one day. So
Yeah, so we can't leave a big mess for Mac to clean up. He's going to be doing all this warranty repair in 25 years? I don't think so.
no,
It should be okay.
no, we want to make a generational company and keep on going with something that's working well.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff, Tom. Well, thanks so much for this discussion today.